My children now.
Oh, you're so cool, Brewster.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
You won and I died.
I'm feeling woozy, yeah. They're coming to get you, Barbara.
How's it hanging, Phil?
From the front time, bitch.
Come and get it!
So either put the gun down now or kiss your ass goodbye.
Let's get this party started.
I agree, Dana. Let's get this party started. So, welcome back to Sledgehammer Horror, guys. I am Ken Sledge.
And I'm Ashley Sledge.
And let's talk horror. So, today we are joined by two gentlemen that are not only great friends of the channel, but great content creators and great friends in general. We have Cody, dude who loves movies. Cody, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me. I'm excited.
Oh, shit.
Uh-oh. I don't know if we lost our audio or... Of course.
Matt, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay.
Can you hear us?
Yeah.
I can't hear either one of you. That's really weird. Why would it do that?
Well, I think it's our problem.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's weird because we just had it.
We did.
All right, guys, it's a Sledgehammer Horror episode, so you know we're going to have some audio problems.
Just technical problems in general.
As always. All right, let's try this.
What is your... I don't think... All right. I can hear it now.
All right, can you guys hear us now?
Yep.
Okay,
go.
there we go.
Okay, I don't know how that happened. But
Sorry.
anyway, like I was saying, we have Cody, dude who loves movies. How you doing tonight, buddy?
You guys can have this instead of you guys can have it here.
Thank you.
All
We
right.
appreciate that.
How you doing tonight, Cody?
I'm doing great, man. Thank you for having me. I'm excited.
I think it's these.
What is going on?
Oh, my God.
Matt, you talk. See if they can hear you.
What's going on?
We might have to take our headphones off for this one. All right, you want to try again, Cody?
Yeah, how you guys doing today? Can you hear
I'm
me?
gonna take these off.
Okay.
I don't know what's going on with them. Audio default. All right, can try it now, Cody.
What's up, guys? Don't forget to roundhouse
Okay.
kick that like button. Can you hear me?
Yes. Okay. We took our earbuds off. So how are you doing tonight, Matt?
I am great. Happy to be here kicking it with you guys. Going to be a good time.
Yes, we're very excited. And for everybody in the chat, I swear we were talking perfectly fine before we actually went live. So we would never do that to you guys on purpose. Real quick, before we get into this, I want to catch up on the chat and then I want to say a couple things real quick. One thing, we never expect anybody here to give money. We appreciate it. It means the world to us. But you just being here means just as much. So thank you for coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Tatum, thank you so much for being here. Nathan, what's up, buddy?
Hello.
Oh, thank you so much, Tatum. So let's get this started with an ooh, baby.
Ooh, baby, ooh, baby, ooh, baby, ooh, baby.
Yeah, thank you so much. We appreciate that. Yeah, please, guys, sub, and not just to us, but to Facci Cinema. The link is right there. Tatum put it up. Subscribe to Dude Who Loves Movies.
Mm-hmm.
That link is down there. Ryan, I'm very sorry you had a rough day.
Aw.
I'm hoping that we can help to make it better, my friend. Shaim,
Hey,
nice to see you. David, Ashley, great job with the Casper review.
Thank you.
I agree. She killed it.
Yeah, it was great.
What's going on, Dice?
Hello, Dice.
Hello, Troy.
Hi, Troy.
Hey, Tiana. Thank you for stopping by. We appreciate it very,
Hi.
very much. Summer horror movies, the top mention would be Summer of '84. There's a chance we'll talk about that movie again tonight. I'll tell you that.
Possibly. Possibly.
I know. Mayhem in the streets. Nobody can't hear anything. I swear it's Gremlins in the Machine. Always. It always is. Friday the 13th, they always have a summer vibe. I don't like most of them, but 2, 4, and 6 in the remake are all good stuff. Ashley, I loved your Casper review.
Thank you.
So something I want to say real quick before we actually get started on this. In the last 2 weeks, we lost 2 people that were very, very important in shaping the life of both of us. And I'm sure one of them for these 2 gentlemen as well. The first being the amazing William Friedkin. Tonight, in his honor, Ash and I both wore Exorcist shirts just to, I wouldn't be me without him and without that movie. The only movie my mom ever shut off. One of the scariest movies I've ever seen in my entire life. So I wanted to take a minute and dedicate something to William Friedkin because, like I said, without him, I know that my horror life wouldn't be what it is today. Now, is there anything you want to say about William Friedkin?
I think you pretty much covered it.
Okay. Do you gentlemen have anything you want to say about William Friedkin before I move on?
So I'm not the biggest Exorcist fan. I watched it once when I was a little kid. I haven't seen it since, but I feel like if I watched it now, I'd really enjoy it. But I love his movie Guardian and To Live and Die in LA. And so anyways, after he passed away, I was watching interviews with him, and he was a straight legend. He said what he wanted on his mind.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I really appreciate that. So I'm definitely want to look back into him and his stuff.
Yeah.
For sure.
Absolutely. So what about you, Matt? Is there anything you want to say about William Friedkin?
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't even know who it was. I'm not. I'm like, this guy doesn't even know horror movies. I didn't even know who it was. So
Yeah.
I got nothing to say.
It's all right, man. The next one is mostly me. I'm wearing the hat today as a tribute as well because this week we lost the amazing Jimmy Price. Now, for those of you that don't know, I'm a huge baseball fan, and a huge part of baseball to me is listening to the Tigers on the radio. I'm not much of a watching baseball on TV fan. I'm more of a listen to it on the radio. It's always been a ballet to me, and when I can hear people describe it, I've been listening to Jimmy Price on the radio for 25 years, cover the Tigers games. I never got to watch him play. My son and I got to meet him a couple times. He was a gentleman. And the biggest thing about Jimmy Price is on the radio, he came up with all these things. Like we called them Jimisms in Detroit. He racky-tacked that ball. All these, the big man, Miguel Cabrera batting third, the big man. And then whenever anybody would talk about anywhere, like this guy's from Rochester. Oh, it's a nice area. Everything was a nice area. And the biggest one for him was when a pitcher would give you an excellent curveball, he would call it a yellow hammer. That was a yellow hammer right there. And the last game that was played, not today, but yesterday, Dan Dickerson, who was his announcing partner, did this on air. And I wanted to play this because this made me very emotional. So I wanted to show you guys this because I felt this was an amazing tribute to the legend of Jim Price.
Curveball. And right there, that curveball, that's a yellow hammer. That's in honor of my longtime partner, Jimmy Price. And that is the last time you will hear that on a broadcast, but in his honor, one last beautiful yellow hammer.
So we gave him one last yellow hammer on air in honor of him. He'll never use it on the broadcast again. That was another one that hit me really hard. The last couple weeks we've lost Paul Rubens, Pee Wee Herman, one that got me really emotional. We lost Sinead O'Connor, a legend in her own right, one of the most non-punk rock people I've ever seen in my entire life. And then Jimmy Price and William Friedkin both hit me very, very hard. So we wanted to dedicate tonight's episode to the memory. Last week's was dedicated to Pee Wee, for everything he did for me growing up. And this week it's going out to William Friedkin and Jimmy Price, because without those two guys, again, 25 years since I was 12 years old, I've been listening to Jimmy Price on the radio with Dan Dickerson. I've grown up listening to him call Tigers games. So I know this is a horror channel, and we're going to get to the horror now, but I just want to say, hopefully I don't have to dedicate an episode to anybody else for a long time, because I'd rather not do any dedications, but we'll catch up on the chat, and then we'll get we'll go right into our list. I love you. Phenomenal job, Ashley.
Thank you, Shane.
What's up, Robin?
Hey, Robin.
Hello, John.
Hey, John.
She has the same shirt, Ash. They have the same shirt. That's awesome, Dice.
It's actually not my shirt,
It's
but
mine.
yeah.
Look. There's Nathan. Yeah. What?
Where's the night one?
It's right here. Here you go. Thank you for whispering. Yeah. She's here.
Yeah, she is.
Yes, both legends. Hey, what's up, Saturn Video? Yes.
Hey.
Me and Nathan text baseball every single day. Braves and Tigers. We're always going back and forth. I love it. I don't like baseball. Sorry, dude. I have been to 3 games. That's fine. I'm just glad, like I said, that's what the best thing about all of us having our own hobbies. If we all like the same stuff, it would be boring.
Yeah.
I'm really not into baseball either.
Yeah.
I mean, I like.
You like it, but not like me.
No.
I agree with this guy, dude who loves. Oh, hey, I know him. Roundhouse kick that like button, guys. Now, if nobody knew there were kids about, that would have been terrifying in a poltergeist degree. Yeah, cocaine bear in the house. All right, guys. We're gonna get started now with our top 10 summer horror movies. Now, I gotta know from you guys. Do you guys have any honorable mentions?
I have one honorable mention.
Okay. Do you, Matt?
I do. I have 3.
Okay. I have 2. I tried to think outside the box on a lot of these movies. I tried to, obviously I have some that are going to be obvious, but I tried to really think outside the box. And I think my 2 honorable mentions may be a little outside the box picks. Number 1, X. I feel like I get a total summer vibe while I'm watching X.
Yeah.
Beautiful women, amazing Kid Cudi. The guy that looks
that just spells summer. Beautiful women and Kid Cudi.
Yep.
And his, big ol'.
Oh my God, I don't even know. Like that thing should be, that thing's got to be illegal in at least 36 states because that's a dangerous weapon he's carrying on him.
It just unfolded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whenever I see him now, the first thing that pops in my head is, "Can I help you, old timer?" Like it's the first thing that pops in my head when I see him.
I'm just what you made, God.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah,
there you
for
go,
sure.
Mr.
Hey,
You've gone from
killed it.
Kid Cudi.
He killed it.
You are grown man Cudi now.
He
So
is.
I'll give you that.
Yes.
He was great in the movie, man.
He was.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Loved him in the movie. My other honorable mention, which is totally a summer vibe for me, is Sinister. A lot of the outdoorsy stuff that happens
Gotta
throughout
mow
the
your
movie.
lawn.
Yeah, you get the lawn mowing scene, you get the barbecuing scene.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Sinister that while it's draped around, I feel like there's a lot of summer in Sinister. So
Yeah.
For me, my honorable mentions are going to be X and Sinister. What about you, my love?
So one of them is Friday the 13th. It's at camp. It's in the middle of the summer. Hey, at least I have it on my list, okay? You can cancel me or you can ask me.
Why are you the way that you are?
Honorable mention.
It is. At least it's on my list. You know how I feel about Friday the 13th.
True.
It's not my favorite. But anyways, we got a lot of campers in really short shorts making out while kids are drowning in the lake. And yeah, set us up for a lot of and then I have Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's in the midst of summer and the Texas heat nonetheless. And just to know what some of behind the scenes were, how they were in that house and it was, in summer and it was probably over 100 degrees in there and they're surrounded by rotting meat and you get your scream queen and she's just screaming. I think I would have been insane at that point, having to deal with all of that for hours on end.
Yeah.
People puking. So
yeah, Gunnar Hansen had to literally puke and then come back to the table because of the heat and rotting meat smell.
I mean, could you imagine?
No.
That's hardcore right there.
Could you imagine me being in that situation?
If it's past 70 degrees in our house, he's turning on the AC. I'm always cold and and he's like, I'll turn it to 70 and he'll turn it down to 66. And I'm like, why? Why is it gotta be so cold
I
in
see
here?
you, Matt.
I'm always cold. Always.
We have friends come over. I'm like, yo, you want to come over for a scary movie night? Bring your blankets because I'm not turning the
fucking for long socks.
Oh, that's awesome. All right, so what about you, Cody? What's your honorable mention?
So my honorable mention, it's kind of a family spookiness kind of movie. It's Addams Family Values.
Okay.
So when I watch this
Total
movie,
camp movie.
I love watching this movie around Thanksgiving. I think it's a Thanksgiving movie, but if you actually pay attention to it, they're at summer camp.
Yeah,
They are.
they did go to summer camp. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a goddamn brilliant choice, my sir.
They are.
So that's going to be my honorable mention. I did not put it on my full list because it's not. I mean, it's horror. It's horror to me, but it's not really horror. It's
Right.
it's
Gateway horror.
yeah, gateway horror.
Still, gateway horror is horror, man. I totally dig it.
Heck yeah.
What about you, Matt?
Me and Ashley must have shared some notes because I also got Friday the 13th, the original, and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre on my list as well.
Heck yeah.
Same reason she said. Nothing else to say about those two. And I, for some reason, put on the classic Buffy the Vampire Slayer from 1992. I don't know why, but I believe it's in California, I think, right?
Yeah.
Which screams summer vibes all year round to me. So,
Well, there's
something
some more
about
Paul
it.
Rubens love too.
Exactly. Good scene.
But I mean, you
So-
do have Friday the 13th as an honorable mention.
Bite
my shiny
metal ass.
But that doesn't mean that I don't have another one on the list.
Touche.
Right.
I know you don't. Stop it.
I don't, but
All right, guys, we're gonna catch up on the chat real quick before we get into our actual top 10. My honorable mentions are The Meg and The Shallows. The Shallows is a good one.
Good one.
It's a real good one. Hey, what's up, Tess?
Hey, Tess.
Nice to see you, love. Kid Cudi's third leg. Oh, look at this guy. What's up, Garrett? Thanks for stopping in. Miss you,
Okay.
buddy. We got to get you back on, man. Yeah, Kid Cudi's is labeled a lethal weapon.
for sure. For sure. I just seen the
When we
shadow of it and I was like,
When we see it, I was like, they don't all look. I was like, that's movie magic.
it adds 10 inches.
Yeah, yeah.
Instead
The
of
screen-
10 pounds.
My honorable mentions are Midsommar, Sinister, and I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Nice.
Nice.
Friday as an honorable mention is Blasphemy. Agreed. Texas Chainsaw Massacre 74 and 03. Very nice. The Sleepaway Camp trilogy. The original is a classic, but the sequels were fun and entertaining too. I still don't think I've ever seen part 3. I know we've
I
seen 1 and
haven't
2. Yeah, it's not like I'm anti-seeing it. I just don't. I think that we've looked for it and couldn't find it anywhere.
It's not very easy to find.
Yeah, I think that we
Yeah.
tried to watch it, but I don't think we were able to find it. Nathan likes it cold too. Yeah, remember, guys, please get that merch if you are into that type of thing. Spooky Robin, honorable mention, Escape from Tomorrow. Hell
Huh.
yeah. And actually, we were just talking about you on a video today, Robin.
Mhm.
We finished filming our 13 Ghost verses, and our verses of next month is going to be Children of the Corn. We talked about how that was recommended by Robin. So thank you for doing that. We had a blast watching Children of the Corn 2023 for you. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Thank
that
you,
was
buddy.
something. That was
Appreciate it.
something.
I actually liked it.
Really?
Yeah, I'm like the only person I know that did, but I liked it.
Listen,
I
when Groot came out of the fucking
Minus
cornfield,
that.
I was like,
Minus that part, okay?
Groot, corn Groot.
yeah, instead of I am Groot, it was I am he who walks
I am
behind the
corn.
corns. All right, so let's get into our actual top 10, and let's start with you, my love.
Okay, number 10 for me is I Know What You Did Last Summer. Literally has the summer in its title. You have
It
these.
has last summer, so maybe it's not a this summer movie; it's a last summer movie.
It's still summer.
Dad joke.
Still summer. Do you like my drums? Okay. Anyways, you have these group of kids partying one last time before they go off on their own. Party a little too hard, and I know everybody's seen this movie, so this is a guilty pleasure of mine. I love this movie. Actually, my BFF in the chat here, we watched it as kids, scared the shit out of us. I thought I was cool because I got to like rent it on my own. Like I pretend I was my mom at the movie store, and they let me rent this movie. And
They just didn't want to deal with
I
you.
know. I thought it was so cool. I was like, yeah, we got away with it. And yeah, my mom probably was like, yeah, she's coming. Who knows? But I thought I was like,
Amy definitely called ahead of time. Like,
Yeah.
hey, my daughter's coming down there to get these movies. You're
Just
like, hi, I'm Amy Wilfer.
I did. Yeah.
That's fucking great. All right, Cody, what's your number 10?
So my number 10 is going to be Campfire Tales.
Okay.
It's from the late 90s. It's a anthology movie, and it's super cool movie, and it definitely needs an upgrade. The last time it's been released was on DVD, but there's a second segment called People Can Lick Too, and that scared the crap out of me as a kid.
That rings a bell.
Yeah, so they do the People Can Lick 2 in Urban Legends 3, but they do it very, very badly. So so basically Campfire Tales is Urban Legends, or it's kind of like they're talking about all these urban legends.
Okay.
Like the girl who wears the scarf around her neck and the hook and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool. It's about these people sitting around a campfire telling these stories, and like the whole wraparound story is pretty cool.
Cool.
I would definitely check it out if you guys could.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to. I want to check that. I just watched a movie kind of like that recently, so I'm definitely very, very good. And that I love anthologies. Anyway.
Yeah.
And guys, we watched Body Bags. I don't know if we told you that, but the chat's been asking us to watch Body Bags for months.
Yeah, we finally
watched
did.
it.
Yeah.
Watching Mark Hamill as a baseball player was the coolest goddamn thing in the world to me. I had a lot of fun. That was the first time we had ever watched it. One of the segments I thought went entirely too long. What was the one that I wasn't digging?
It wasn't the gas station one.
The gas station one was all right.
Yeah.
The hair one?
It was the mid one. The hair one. You were
The
grossed
hair.
out
I was so grossed out by the
by
hair one.
the little-
Oh my
the little
god.
snake thingies. Yeah.
Oh fuck that. I was not. Yeah. Now I remember. I blocked it out of my memory entirely.
Yeah.
Just because it looked okay. It just the idea was great. The execution was good, but I was just so grossed out the whole time. I was like, I don't ever want to see this shit again. And then obviously, see a Wes Craven, John Carpenter, Toby Hooper. Like
there was so many big.
Thank you guys
yeah.
for recommending it. We had a lot of fun with it.
We did.
So what's your number 10, Matt?
My number 10 is going to be The Hills Have Eyes from 2006, the remake. The family's on vacation, obviously summertime. The desert, I mean, it don't get much hotter than that, so that's screaming summertime vibes to me. The mutants are fantastic. I prefer this one more than the original. I saw this one first. That probably has something to do with it, but it's probably one of the best remakes, in my opinion, that has ever come out. The character arc of the main dude who's the cell phone salesman, and then he has to turn his, go and get his kid and, grow a backbone. I love that as well. So, I mean, it's a personal favorite. It's probably at least watch it at least once a year, if not twice. It's that good to me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So my number 10 is one of my favorite remakes of all time. You were just talking about a remake. And the last we looked, this movie still had a perfect Rotten Tomatoes score. And this is Slumber Party Massacre 2021. I fucking love this movie. Like, this movie is the perfect amount of camp, the perfect amount of like, there's so many genuinely funny moments throughout this movie. There's a couple things that I don't like about it, which we talked about in our Versus episode. I think a little bit of it was like too on the nose when it came to like the feminist stuff, which I'm all about, woman power. But when someone goes, "You women are trying to kill us," and she goes, "That's sexist," he's like, "You're right. My toxic masculinity made me say it." I'm like, shut the fuck up. No one talks like that. So like, little things like that. But overall, I had a lot of fun with this movie. I like the twist that they put on it in comparison to how the original ended. They took this one. They definitely made it their own while honoring a lot of what they did in Slumber Party Massacre and Slumber Party Massacre 2 as well.
Just how they honored the killer and like the faces and stuff. Like, I thought they did really good with that.
And I felt like they really put that, and then they put a nod to Psycho and the OG Friday the 13th as well. So I'm a big fan of the Slumber Party Massacre remake. If you guys haven't seen it, I can't recommend it enough. I think when sci-fi does a type of like a horror movie like that, they're usually pretty good on those things. They did the Leprechaun movie. That was my favorite one. The very last one they did, the Leprechaun
Returns.
Returns. Yeah, I was gonna say Origin, but that's a shitty
not
one.
No, not that one. But that was a sci-fi original. They did the Purge TV show.
Didn't they do Trick or Treat?
Fuck. Never mind. They failed.
They did.
So for me, I'm gonna go with number 10. I'm gonna say Slumber Party Massacre, the remake. Before we get to Cody's number 9, let's catch up on the chat real quick. Hey, what's up, Nick?
Hey,
miss you, buddy. We got to get you back on here, man. We miss you to death. Sleepaway Camp, I only watched last year. It does not age well, especially the ending. Honorable mention: Us, The Burning, Texas Chainsaw, and Fear Street 78. Good choices.
Yes.
It Follows, great choice.
Love
There's some good choices in here. Jaws, Sleepaway Camp. I'm surprised Sleepaway Camp is so low. Typo negative, Summer Breeze for the win. Yes. Nope. Jaws. I agree. Listen, I'm not doing the hot take thing. I'm not a huge I Know What You Did Last Summer fan.
What?
I think that I know I see your shirt, Cody, and I'm so sorry, but like I just feel like
I don't know. It's just like I think it's like from watching it all the time when I was young, like it has
Sure.
I have like a personal, like I don't know, it's a guilty pleasure because a lot of people don't like it. And yeah, maybe the acting isn't great, like, you know, but they were new at it. They were young.
you go back and you watch it now, and they're all such amazing actors, but they did not do their jobs very well in this movie.
But this was like one of their first, like, you know.
But again, like I love the originality of the fisherman. I think the kills in the movie are great.
Like
I don't hate the movie. I just think that it's people make it better than it is.
It's a lot of fun to me.
Yeah.
I think it's fun.
If it's on, I won't be like, oh, it's not. I'll always know what you did last summer.
Oh yeah, no,
But, you know,
that was bad.
But yeah, I mean, like I think that it's an overrated film. I think the Beatles are overrated, and I love them. Doesn't mean it's bad. It just means it's overhyped.
I even have a soft spot for I Still Know What You Did Last Summer.
And
See, that was my favorite growing up. Was I
love it.
Yeah.
Here we go.
You cut me deep, Shrek. You cut me real deep just now.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie though. Jack Black is hilarious in that movie.
Yeah, he is funny.
Fear Street, 1978, favorite in the Fear Street trilogy. I think that was mine as well. Stacy Keach is the man. That's hilarious. I just did a My First Horror Movie on the Willies today. Today, I filmed my first horror movie on this episode on this movie. I'd never seen it. It's free on YouTube.
Oh,
that
is it? Okay.
It's a total summer movie, and it's got Sean Astin in it. It's got Kirk Cameron has a cameo in it as himself in Growing Pains. Which
really?
Oh, dude,
that's
it's
awesome.
Super rad. Like he's in Growing Pains, but then he starts talking to the character. Dude,
that's
it's
crazy.
It's like a Goosebumps episode, but like the teacher from Hocus Pocus that throws the thing, she's in it. Like there's so many cool characters, and we watched it today on YouTube. That's just so funny, Charles, that you said that. Like that's hilarious to me.
I wanted to see that since I've heard of it.
Yeah, it's free on YouTube right now. So if check it out on YouTube, it's definitely worth a watch.
Yeah, Garrett from Born to Be Rad has recommended it. He said it's
really good. Garrett, good on you, because that's a good watch. That's so funny. Because remember, we were driving when we were watching Body Bags, and I was like, "Is that David Naughton?" Like I couldn't tell. I was like, "Is it David?" Because I could barely see the screen. I was like, "Oh my god, that's David Naughton." I agree with you, Dice. I agree with you all the way. That's amazing. Cheerleader Camp, aka Bloody Pom Poms. Never seen that. Never seen it.
Sounds very interesting.
Sounds like a good time to me, though.
I love your shirt. I'm a big fan of this movie. Tatum says.
Thank you.
Nice.
I own the Willies. Hell yeah.
That's awesome.
No, I get you. I agree.
Ugh.
Dice kept me real deep.
What's up, Cody? Nice to see you, buddy.
What's up?
If you guys don't follow
Cody.
me on X or Twitter or whatever the fuck you call it, I posted a video the other day of Cody Leach. I was watching his live the other day, and he did something that genuinely made me laugh out loud at work at the counter and made people around me think I was a fucking idiot. But good on you, Cody. That was some good shit. I had a lot of fun with that. What's up, Cody? By the way, Ken is one of those monsters that likes the front row of the theater. I am. I love to sit in the front row of the movie theater.
It's really awful.
I totally.
I like strategically have to be in the center seat in like the middle. Like I have to be like if there's a group of us, I'm like I get the middle one. Like now that you can choose your seats, like I will literally count it to be in. Like that's me. That's the kind of person I am.
Honestly, though, the front is where you can't see anybody texting or nobody's really around you. So sometimes the front is the way to go.
And then when you're done, your neck is like it's got a kink in it.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Well, see, because I'm an asshole, man. Like, look, I try to be
are?
a genuine, nice, sweet person as much as I can. But when I take my wife out to the theater, don't fuck up my experience.
Yeah.
I will be a dick. I'm that guy that'll get up out of his seat and go and sit next to you and be like, "What's so important?" I mean, we're having a conversation right now, so it's got to be so fucking important that all of us got to hear it.
I think the worst was when we went and seen Lady in Black, and because it was PG-13, and like all these like 13-year-olds got dropped off by their parents, and they were in there by themselves, and they were being little shits, and I was like, oh, shut up.
I finally stood up and I was like, listen, shut the fuck up. Shut up. Like, I'm done hearing it. Like, oh my. And every time anything tiny, remotely scary would happen, they would scream at the top of their lungs.
Yeah, that was a horrible experience.
See, that's what happened. Yeah, that's what happened to me when I went and saw the first Conjuring, and there was like a group of like teenage boys or whatever, and they were screaming like they were so scared and running out of the theater, running back and forth, and it took me out of the movie to where I never saw any of the other ones and never rewatched it. So The Conjuring may be a great franchise, but that kid ruined it for me.
That sucks. Yeah, it sucks when other people ruin stuff like that for you.
And again, I've been with my wife for 18 years. We have 3 kids. If I actually get a chance to take her out on a date, don't fuck it up.
Yeah.
You know, like I want to enjoy that night with my wife. So, you know, I try to be nice. Yeah. I try to be sweet. I try to be kind.
Well, even the workers were fed up with those kids.
Oh yeah, the workers came in and he was shining the flashlight on the kid, and he's like, "It's so scary." And he was like, "Be a fucking man, okay?" We were like, "Yes!" Like the whole theater started clapping. Like, these kids out of here, man. Yeah. All right, guys. So, Cody, do you want to start us off with your number 9?
Yeah, I'm going to do It Chapter 1.
Ooh.
It has you know the end of the school year vibes into the summer, and I just feel like it's a cool small town vibe with summerness going on. Something because I'm originally from a small town, and I was only in a small town for about 5 years, and then now I live in a big city. So sometimes when I watch stuff like that, I'm just like, oh my gosh, you know, that's kind of what I missed out as a childhood kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. So my question is, when you lived in the small town, did you try that? In a small
no.
Oh Lord. You had to.
I had to. If you
I remember watching the first It in the small town, and it scared the crap out of me.
Dude,
for real.
I grew up in a town called Sand Creek. That tells you all you need to know about the town I grew up in.
It had a sand and it had a creek.
And that was it.
And
that's all we had.
And cornfield.
We're literally the only thing in the town of Sand Creek. I put this on my mother's ashes. The only thing in the town of Sand Creek is a post office.
Yeah.
That's it. There's no store.
You didn't even have a convenience store.
No convenience store, no nothing. We had a post office.
Damn.
I mean, at least in my little town, I had a convenience store and a pizza place.
Right.
And a gas station.
Yeah, I lived in Farwell, Michigan, and I had to be born in Clare, Michigan, because they didn't have a hospital or anything. So
okay.
Clare. We know where Clare is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Obviously, Michigan people. We know.
I
know Clare. The other.
Clare. Yeah. So I was born in Clare, but I lived in Farwell. Farwell was so small that it didn't have a hospital. So I had to
like our town
be born
now.
Clare.
I lived in Sand Creek. I had to be born in.
I literally have to drive 45 minutes to my hospital.
So we get it, buddy. So what about you, Matt? What's your number 9?
I gotta go with Tremors. Once again, another hot desert movie. That's a theme I'm gonna roll with for probably one more after this. It's just so hot, and when I think it's exactly right there, it's beautiful. I grew up with that movie.
That's a good one. I didn't even think of that movie.
Grew up with it. Really amazing creature design for being back in the 90s. I mean, the Tremor itself is pretty damn cool. Kevin Bacon at his finest. His chemistry with Fred Ward is fantastic. Love the small little town. It just works. So Bert and Reba McEntire in there. Just an all-around fun time. I got to put it on here.
You broke into the wrong goddamn rec room, didn't you?
Reba needs to make a comeback to that, that franchise.
Yeah.
And Kevin Bacon, of course.
Yeah, of course.
So my I said it would be mentioned again. My number 9 is Summer of '84. I had never ever heard of this movie, and my buddy Michael, who helped us with when we started the channel, still a great friend, still a great worker on the channel. He recommended it to me. We watched it together on Amazon Prime, and it's, if you guys haven't seen Summer of '84, it meets the Goonies. You got these kids. There's this shit going down in a small town, and they're gonna figure it out, and they're gonna get to the bottom of it. And the end of this movie literally made me go. I looked over at Michael and I was like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah," and I'm like, "Dude," and like I there'll be periodic times throughout the week where I'll just be like, that was such a ballsy way to end that fucking movie.
Mhm.
That's such a ballsy way to end that fucking movie.
Well,
So
they did their job then, because
Yes.
you're still
Mhm.
thinking about it.
I would love to get a sequel to that movie. It's a movie you absolutely could get a sequel for. But the Cape May Slayer, you know, like I can't recommend Summer of '84 enough. It's a fun movie. The kid actors in it are fucking great. The Cape May Slayer is a scary individual. If you guys get the chance, if you haven't seen it, please check out Summer of '84. I genuinely had I think it's fairly, I want to say it's 2020 or 2021. 2018. So it's a fairly newer movie. So if you guys get the chance, if you haven't seen it, check out Summer of '84.
Yeah.
Great movie.
Yeah. That end, right?
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. I was just like, oh shit.
Yeah. Are you serious right now?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
You wanna give us
it's one of those movies where it can be like, oh, this is okay, and then you see it, like, okay, it bumps it up a few points for you.
because that's how I felt. I was like, yeah, I've seen this movie like 4 or 5 other times. Michael was like, you haven't.
Yeah.
So shout out to Michael Hanning, man. Like I said, he does a lot of behind the scenes work on the channel still.
Mhm.
He's the one that introduced me to that movie when we started talking about doing the channel. He was one of the people I got a hold of. He's a huge horror fan. I was like, what do you think about me doing? I pitched him my first horror movie idea, and he was actually one of my first horror movie guests I ever had. One of our good friends that we wanted to bring on.
That first one.
Yeah, I know, it's so bad.
It's so cringy.
It's so bad.
Yeah.
Don't go watch it. Like it's one of those things where he's the one that was like, yeah, let me show you this movie. You want, we need to get you more into indie horror. We need to get you more into the underground horror shit. And I was like, oh, okay, whatever. And I watched it. I was just like, wow. So much love, Michael.
So
wanna
my
give us your
number
number
9 is Slumber Party Massacre remake. The reason I chose the remake is because they're camping. They're going to a cabin, whereas in the original, they're still in school. It might be summer or almost summer, but I felt like this one was more summery because they're going to camp. They're at a lake.
They're not in the house.
Yeah, they're yeah. So I really love this movie. Like you said, it's funny, it's very campy, and it was a lot of fun.
There's a part in the movie where the girl walks up to like on the wall, they have mounted like the shark teeth with the jaw still attached. And she's like, did you catch all that out there? Pointing at the pond. And she's like, that's a pond. And she's like, I know. Like, she just
But I just love that. Like
that people might not have seen it.
I know I'm not saying anything. I'm just
Okay.
saying how like they try to like make these women seem ditzy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they're not.
Mhm.
I didn't want you to ruin that.
I did. I'm not ruining it.
If you guys haven't seen the remake, you gotta
I'm not-
watch it. 'Cause
I'm
there's a couple really good twists on what they did in the original in that movie.
Yeah.
So we got It Chapter 1.
Mm-hmm.
Again, we might talk about that clown again at some point.
Just
I know what you did last
possible.
summer. Yes. Robin's got Summer of '84. I'm so glad to see that getting some love.
Mhm.
The Burbs, of course that qualifies as horror. Yes. Please, guys, sub to this channel if you haven't already, as well as Facci Cinema and Dude Who Loves Movies. Subscribe to them. They put out amazing content. We're so lucky to be able to hang out with these guys. The Burbs is definitely horror. Speaking of small towns, I live in a fucking village. There's a post office and a Subway. Send help.
At least you have a subway.
I was at least you have a Subway, yeah.
The Baconator.
Yeah.
Reba was loaded in that film. God damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was.
She was.
Hills Have Eyes remake. Oh my gosh, come on, fingers. Hey, what's up, Adam?
Weird.
Nice to see you. The dude is on here, so I'm here to support.
That's
yes,
awesome.
that's awesome. Thank you, because the dude is one of our favorite dudes. All right. Oh, Nightmare on Elm Street 2. That's a good ass choice.
Yeah.
Great choice, Dice.
Actually, yeah.
Dice
It is
is
a
bringing
good
that
one.
fire, because that's a good one.
Yeah, because I mean they're at a pool party
Yeah.
and yeah.
And you're all my
That's a good
children.
You're all my children.
Yeah.
Damn it.
So Matt, you want to start us off with your number 8?
Like I said, going back to another desert hot movie, I'm going The Devil's Rejects. I am not a big Rob Zombie fan at all, but this one is my personal favorite of his. Scream Summer, once again, so hot, so sweaty, so dirty, and it just screams summer vibes from that. But the performances all around in this movie are fantastic. I felt like kind of like The House of a Thousand Corpses had more of like a fall Halloween-y type of vibe, and then this one definitely jumps to the other season, definitely hot summer. really dig it. Like I said, my personal favorite from Rob Zombie, so had to get it on the list.
For sure. Number 8 for me, It. I'm actually going with the 1990 version. I love Chapter 1 and Chapter 2, and out of all of them, which is a super hot take, Chapter 2 is my favorite of the bunch. I think that Bill Hader completely stole the show. The emotion he put through in It Chapter 2 completely stole the show for me. But the 1990 version was my summer growing up.
Yeah.
Me and my cousins would go out and we would make dams out behind the house. We would catch frogs. We'd build cabins. And we literally
Before social media took over.
yes.
And, yeah.
This is no bullshit, guys. My aunt Allison lived in a house where the house was upstairs and she had a garage to the bottom, and it was 921 Braddock Street. We actually put a 921 and a half on the garage, and in the summer we had our TV down there. Like it was our own little like man cave back in the day. We'd order pizza to 921 and a half Braddock Street and be like, it's downstairs. And I'm not going to get too much into this though. Like It, that's all I want to say about It. But before we get to your number 8, I'm not going to say any names because it's still a secret. And I know I have family members that watch this, but I want to say congratulations to one of my cousins.
Yeah.
One of my cousins has been trying, him and his wife have been trying to have a kid for 13 years. They've gone through a lot of different things, and she's 5 weeks pregnant. We found out today.
Yeah.
So, on a day that was a pretty crazy day in the Sledge house, that was some of the best news I've heard in a long time. I cried.
I'm very excited.
Genuinely
for
cried.
Them.
He's
They deserve it. They
yes.
both do.
Oh my God. They've worked so hard for this. Oh my God. It's just the overwhelming joy.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be the perfect parents. So I'm just shout out to you guys. You know who you are. I love you. I'm proud of you. And I can't wait to meet him or her or them or whatever they decide to be. So whatever they are, I can't wait to meet them. So do you want to give us your number 8, my love?
Yeah. My number 8 is Fear Street, 1978. Again, they were at camp. I felt like this one was really intense and kind of sped up from the first one. I don't know if it's my favorite of the trilogy, but I really did enjoy this one, I think, more than the first one.
What was the last one?
The last one was when they go way back in time, right? Like back.
That
in
was
the,
one that also
the
had the 90s
1600s
involved
or
too.
whatever.
That was my favorite. The one that had 90s on that one. That was
mine too.
I think 78 was my second favorite, and then the first one was my least favorite. But I loved all.
Yeah,
three
they're
of
all
them.
great.
Yeah,
They were
I
fantastic.
had a lot of fun. Like,
Yeah.
remember we got like. You got like a screener.
Yeah,
I was like, you better not watch that without me.
I wasn't allowed to watch the screener until
Yeah.
she got home.
He wasn't. I was gonna be mad if he did. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with that one too, just because it was at camp and summer. I love summer. So
Right. That's a good choice. There's some of these you guys are saying, and I'm like, damn, I didn't even think about that one. But this was a hard list to compile, not because the list was hard. It was a hard list to just narrow down to 10. Because there's so many great movies that some of my movies maybe not even considered summer movies, especially when we get to my top 3, but they're movies that make me think of summer.
Right.
So, what about you, Cody? What's your number 8?
So my number 8 is going to be the Paul Walker movie Joyride.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I couldn't remember if it was the spring break or summer break, but I think it's summer break, and they're on their way home. So I think it's summer break where they're driving back home. But yeah, I love the movie. I love the atmosphere. It's a great time. Definitely, great acting in it. I love Paul Walker.
Oh, yeah.
I love Steve Zahn's great in it, and Candy Cane. It's iconic. And Lily Sobieski. She was great too.
Yes,
for sure. That movie used to scare me watching it. I had that movie on VHS, I'm pretty sure, and it freaked me out. Candy Cane.
Oh yeah, We were just talking about that movie.
I did something in like I didn't say candy cane, but I said something else, and you were like, "Did you just candy cane me or something?" I don't know. But
it's funny because Ted Levine is completely uncredited as the voice of Candy Cane. But it's the guy from fucking Silence of the Lambs.
It is.
Yeah. You're like, that's who Candy. When I heard it, I was like, the older I got, I was like, why do I know this fucking voice? And he's not even credited in the movie. I'm like, Ted Levine. Like, why isn't he credited?
On the DVD, they have like an hour of like different endings. There's like 5 different endings, and they don't have Ted. And
Damn.
and some of them don't have like Ted Levine's voice, and it's really weird.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't work, Or
Right.
or is it one of those things where they don't use his voice with him in person? And I'm like, why are they using a different voice with him in person? It was weird.
Right.
I forgot what it was, but it was something like that. But it was totally different. And
You can actually find all the alternate endings on YouTube. So if you guys
Yeah.
want to see those alternate endings, check them out.
I feel
They're
like we
definitely
just
worth.
watched those like a couple of years
Because
ago.
yeah, we just bought the DVD. We saw when Family Video was going out of sale, when they were going out of business, they were selling all the DVDs for $1.
It had even like some of them that were just like drawn up.
Yeah,
yeah,
like,
storyboarding, yeah.
Yeah.
It was just like this. They didn't even have the ending. It was literally just the storyboard version of the
Which was
ending, which
cool.
was dope as shit too.
Very cool, yeah.
So yeah, I totally forgot that until you said that they had the storyboard versions. That was really cool. All right, so Nathan says X. Shaim says Tremors.
Nice.
Tutti fucking fruity, baby. Devil, not Devil's Rejects. What's that fucking? Is it the Devil's Rejects?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking House of 1,000 Corpses. Tutti fruity is the Devil's Rejects.
Oh yeah, it's one of them.
Yeah. Jeepers Creepers. Tourist Trap. God damn it.
I love it.
Yeah.
I forgot that one.
So good.
Great choice.
I may mention that.
Oh, fuck.
Here
Of course
soon.
you did. The Lost Boys. Good choice.
Nice.
Hey, what's up, Louie?
Hey, Louie.
Congrats, Cousin Sledge. Thank you.
Thank you.
Gory Tiger. That's so exciting. Cecily, you know who it is.
Yeah.
You probably already know who it is. Yeah, we're very, very excited for him and her. It's so cool.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Nathan. Thank you, Shaim. I'll let them know that you guys all said that. Hey, Tipsy Pod, what's up, guys? Miss ya.
Hello.
Got to get you back too.
For sure.
The last Fear Street was 66, and yes, there was a 90s portion. Cool.
Yeah,
So
like
I'm
the
not crazy.
ending. Yeah, they went back. Yeah. Oh Lord. Oh Lord.
Did you hear about the important pickle?
Nope.
It was a pretty big deal. There's our dad joke. We'll do one more, and then we'll get back into
You have a book?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
I was dumb enough to get that for him for Father's Day.
That's awesome.
What's the difference between 1 yard and 2 yards?
A yard.
A fence.
Oh Lord. Anyway.
Thank you guys. You're a big part of that. So thank you guys for being guests on the channel. Love Joyride. It's so good.
Mhm.
Underrated as hell. There's a lot of Ride love in the comments right now. It's on Hulu right now as well, guys. Hey, J-Dev. What's up, buddy?
AJ Dev.
Midsommar.
Mhm.
The Burning. More Burning love. More of the Lost Boys love. I should have had that on here too.
Yeah, for sure.
X and Pearl. Yes, we've had X so far. We haven't gotten any Pearl talk yet, but X has been on there.
Mm-hmm.
I double dipped on Joyride. Loved it that fucking much. I bought the DVD and Blu-ray copy.
Nice.
That's awesome. What's up, Cal?
Hey, Cal.
How you doing, buddy? We got some Texas Chainsaw love.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, we got a dude alert. We got two of the sexiest dudes on the planet alert going on right now.
Nice dudes.
Still waiting on that Joe Pesci, Ashley.
Oh Lord. I thought we forgot about that.
You bet your ass he has a book. That was one of my Father's Day gifts. I opened it and I was like, you're gonna
I know.
regret
I
this.
was like, I'm a glutton for punishment, clearly.
All
Like,
right.
even Kelly was coming downstairs and she heard the dad book open and she ran back
And
upstairs.
you're like, no.
No dad jokes, please.
So now up to number 7. My number 7, the OG Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I really don't got to talk much about this movie. I do think she was the original Scream Queen. No disrespect to Jamie Lee Curtis, but when Marilyn Burns is sitting there screaming at that table for 10 straight minutes, that's fucking impressive, man. Love the film. Absolutely crazy. Not really much else I can say about it. It's just a fantastic film, and it's the most summary of summer vibes. So I'm going with number 7 for me, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, 1974.
Okay.
What about you, my love?
My number 7 is It. And I'm going to go with 1990 as well, just because it's nostalgic. It reminds me of being a kid. You know, before social media hit, you could go play outside all day. And when the street light came on, you knew you better be home. And like, that's the kind of town that I lived in, had my friends down the street. Literally, we would walk around town, hang out. We never really had to worry about the things that I feel like we have to worry about now, like with your, own kids. So, it's nostalgic. Yes, Kenley.
Did you put Peppa
And then
Pig's
you also have that
house?
part where when he's standing there and he's like, help me. And he's crying and his friends all come up and have that big group hug. That was me and my cousins growing up. Like we were just loving and caring. And our days consisted of going to Bone Pool, which was the community pool in our town, and playing baseball out in our own little sand lot that we had. And then, like I said, building dams, building cabins, ordering pizza to our garage to act like we were grown-ups while we're watching horror movies all night.
Yeah.
That's the first time I saw It. That's the first time I saw Fright Night. Those are memories. That was we were the fucking Losers Club.
Yeah.
Me, Britley, Brandy, Josh, Al, Mike, like Nicholas, like that. We were the fucking Losers Club, and that's what we did, man. And we were proud of it. So I get it.
It was just like some of my favorite times as a kid. Okay, I'm getting it. I got it.
Yeah. So Cody, you want to give us your number 7?
Yeah, my number 7 is going to be Piranha 3D.
Oh
yeah. So yeah, so first of all, it's a fun movie. It's I love all the over the top gore. And second of all, I was actually offered a role as an extra in the movie, but I had to turn it down. So I have like that weird connection to it. So when I watch it, it's like it's really cool to watch, and I love all of it. It's very cheesy, campy, but it's just a great time. And it reminds me of around where I live because it was filmed where I live. So
that's dope. When you have a personal connection to something, it makes it that much bigger.
For sure.
Yeah.
So what about you, Matt? What's your number 7?
Conveniently, it's Piranha 3D as well.
Is it really?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's just a fun ass movie. Obviously, it's cheesy. The gore is over the top. Jerry O'Connell is hilarious in all the best ways. Ving Rhames is great. Shooting off the fish until he can't do it no more because they ate his whole body. I loved it.
Yeah.
The pornography stuff didn't hurt anything for a man to watch it. You know what I'm saying? But overall, just a fun time. Kids having fun, drinking, partying it up. And the CGI is a little rough, but I look past it and just have a good time. So I got to go Piranha 3D for sure.
That's one of my favorite parts is when his Jerry O'Connell's penis is floating around.
See, for me, it's like, especially when CG's hard to accomplish anyway, especially when you're adding a 3D element on top of it.
Yeah.
That's definitely not going to age well. But again, it's also cool when you go back and you watch it and you see that, it still takes you back to that time, so it can still have its benefits in that way.
Yeah. Yeah, especially when like you said, they make the 3D, so it's gonna look a lot better in theaters when you watch it.
Yeah.
But that's only gonna last about 3 months. So after that, when you watch it at home, a lot of people don't have that 3D TV, so it's gonna look not as great,
So, right.
Not as great.
That's putting it mildly.
Yeah.
Next time you need to do winter horror movies, LOL, The Lodge was crazy. Oh, trust me, we'll do that one.
Yeah, we should do that in the winter.
Oh, we will. Tourist Trap, number 7, It 90 and 2017.
Me too. I'll meet you halfway,
Yeah.
or you better walk me halfway home. Like that was our childhood.
Yeah. Hot take: not a fan of Sally. More screaming than acting. All the escaping from a chainsaw to get caught by a broom. Me no likey. Understood. It Chapter 1 and 2 prefer the first, but like 2 enough to make the list. 7, The Wicker Man. 03. Honestly, Jessica Biel was raunchier and hotter than Texas itself. It's the biggest appeal. I love it. Madman. I haven't seen it since I was young, so I don't know if it's age, but it was scary for me as a kid. 7, Piranha 3D. Holy shit.
Everybody
That's amazing, man.
So I thought that piranhas were going to be more of an issue than they really are.
Me too.
I was pretty scared of piranhas. Kind of like quicksand. I always thought quicksand was going to be a really big
biggest
issue.
Quicksand and killer bees.
Yeah.
I thought for sure I was going to die from killer bees by the time I was like 8.
Yeah, I thought I was going to sink in quicksand, but I haven't yet. So I think I'm doing pretty well for myself.
Wait till you walk outside tomorrow. Mel!
Hey, Mel.
What's up, love? Nice to see you. Thank you for stopping in. It's always good to have you here. Starships of Greatness. Hey, what's up, everyone? Hit that like button and live long and prosper.
Heck yeah.
Absolutely. It's funny because doing this growing up, it was either Star Trek or Big Van Vader.
Yeah.
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 Oh, it's fucking great. Hey, what's up, Gavin? Thank you for stopping in.
Hey, Gavin.
Appreciate you very much. I was training for piranhas, quicksand, and to be set on fire during my
I
childhood.
know,
I was
right?
lied to.
Stop, drop, and roll.
Just like I thought that I was gonna have razor blades or get
In your candy?
in my candy, or more people were gonna ask me to do drugs, and I don't really get that all that.
Yeah, nobody ever offered me
No.
free drugs.
I know, no one ever.
It's funny. You just said stop, drop, and roll, and it reminds me. We talk about him in the chat. He's in the chat sometimes. We always talk about how important he is to the channel. But Bill Brayman, William, something metal.
Bill.
When we first got MySpace, him and I did a weekly MySpace internet show called Billiam and Kenneth.
It was ridiculous.
And there was an episode where Bill had gotten set on fire, and it had the worst looking fire around him. And he was like, "What am I supposed to do?" And I was like, "I think you're supposed to pop, lock, and drop." And he was like, "It's not working." Like, so when you said stop, drop, and roll, that's just something that will always come to my mind. It's like, if you get on fire, all you gotta do is it's not working. All you gotta do is pop, lock, and drop it. You'll be just fine.
Exactly.
Yeah. Nanu.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. It's time. It's JDev time. Vader, love it, man. All right, guys, so we're up to number 6, and that'll be you starting us off, my love.
Okay, well, someone did mention this one in the chat, and that is Tourist Trap. Again, they're on vacation, car breaks down. I feel I get some revives from it. And this movie is so weird, but it's so awesome at the same time. I have so much fun with it, and like all the booby traps and stuff like that. It's just a great movie. I have so much fun with it.
See, this is a movie I'd like to see remade today.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. But all the stuff, like all those booby traps, like in the beginning, like that's all practical, and it.
That's what I was just gonna say.
Yeah.
Redo this movie, do it practically. I wouldn't want to see this get a huge theatrical run, but give me this like on a Prey level.
Yeah.
So they have budget enough to do everything practically, but not an over the top budget to where it looks ridiculous.
Right.
And I think not enough people know about Tourist Trap to where it could be super successful, because it wouldn't be a lot of people like, "Oh, I've already seen it. I don't want to see a remake."
Yeah.
This is the type of movie. And this movie's fucking PG.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
And yeah, it's.
I watched this movie for the first time on Fox 36 Toledo on like a Saturday at like 2:00 in the afternoon.
It's so.
It
so
scared me
weird, but it's
so,
scary.
That paper
and,
mache scene.
Yeah.
Don't worry, your heart will stop before. And I'm like, ah! And he was like, "I want Ninja Turtles again." So good choice. Good choice, babe. What about you, Cody? What's your number 6?
I'm going to go with Uncle Sam. It's a movie. So it's basically like it's for 4th of July. So it's one of those movies that I have that and a couple other movies that I watch during the 4th of July. And so it's like whenever 4th of July comes up, I always get in that mood to watch Uncle Sam. And it was a movie I did not like when I was a kid. So it was made about 5 years ago. I started actually really enjoying it a lot more and have a lot more
He
fun.
wants you.
Yeah.
I love it, man.
Yeah.
It's amazing how that works, because there's movies that I hated as a kid.
Yeah.
That I go back and watch it on. I'm like, damn, this is so dope. What didn't I like about this?
It's funny, like when me and you met, I defended so many movies
that I love
to
now.
you that you now love.
Hocus Pocus.
Well, yeah, you had to like that.
I
don't think
Texas
I would have
Chainsaw
married you.
remake.
Yeah, the remake.
Hated
I
it.
defended the shit out of
Hated
that
it.
one. There were
She
so
got
many.
wow. So yeah, it's amazing how that works. And I go back and I try to watch it with an open mind, and what my wife is saying, I'm like, you're right. This isn't that bad. You're never going to sell me on Trick or Treat, though.
I'm still working on that.
Dog
one.
shit. What about you, Matt? What's your number 6?
My number 6 is gonna be Sleepaway Camp. I watched it for the first time. I did not like it at all. I hated it, and everyone kept praising it and saying how much they loved it. And I was like, what am I not getting? Like, what am I missing from this movie? I think the fact that I went into taking it very, very seriously when it's really not that serious, and watched it again and fell in love with it, and every time I watch it now, I just fall in love a little bit more. Obviously, it's at a summer camp, for crying out loud. I mean, what more summer than that? So, I mean,
Right.
doesn't really need any more explanation than that. They got the lake, they're going swimming, canoeing, whatever, all the good stuff that comes with camp. So,
For sure.
I have a strong feeling that movie will get brought up again. My number 6, the OG Friday. It doesn't get much more summer campy than this. And without this movie, a lot of the summer camp movies, this wasn't the first summer camp movie.
I feel like this movie kind of like showed people that they don't have to have a horror movie during Halloween. Like it could be during the summer. Like it doesn't have to be in in the October month.
It definitely popularized the summer horror.
I think so too.
Without this, a lot of these movies we're talking about probably don't exist.
Right.
So I had to show some love. While it's not my favorite in the franchise, I absolutely love the OG Friday the 13th. And I think it's a great summer film. And it taught me that if there's ever an old lady charging at you,
you just
throw pencils and balls of yarn.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
She's dead.
It also taught you how to make coffee because it literally took up like 15 minutes of screen time.
It did.
And I make bomb ass coffee.
I don't know about that.
So all right. So back to the chat. Friday the 13th, part 4. See, I if I was going by my favorite, I would have put part 6 on the list. But the OG is just the one that I think started the whole thing, especially when it comes to the horror and the summer camp thing.
Well, I mean, he drowned in a lake, and
Poor
boy.
I sat next to Mick Foley on a coaster at Universal and talked his ear off, pun intended, about his feud with Vader. That was a great feud. Texas Chainsaw 78. Yeah. Friday the 13th, part 3, and not 6, not Goes to Hell. We can't all have good taste.
You're right, Ken. We can't.
The Final Girls 2015, very underrated.
Yeah,
it's a very good movie. Hey, better late than never, Nicholas. Thanks for stopping in, man. We appreciate it.
Sorry, I didn't mean to slap you.
Bone Tomahawk, fantastic movie. Wow, what an under talked about movie. Bone Tomahawk is great. I actually have a poster in here signed by some of the cast of Bone Tomahawk. Loved that film. Great film. You need to check out The Final Girls. I think you would dig that. Tourist Trap, I watched for the first time, and that music came on. I stopped. I was like, wait, is this a comedy? Yeah, it is a great flick. You got to check out Uncle Sam. It's a very fun 4th of July movie.
It's on Shudder if you guys have Shudder. I know it's on there.
If you're here, you better have Shudder. We talk about it all the time.
The Ruins is a good one, actually. That was in the middle of the summer. You're the only one that doesn't like that.
How rude. How rude. How rude. How rude. How rude.
How rude.
Speaking of my childhood.
No, honestly, we talked about it a lot. It's a movie I want to like. I love anthologies. I love the idea of Sam. I think the stories are great. There's just something about the execution that doesn't do it for me. I don't know what it is.
I don't know. It gives me. You don't like it either?
I do not like it.
Okay.
I love it.
I do too.
I want to.
It gives me like that Halloween vibe.
We watch it every year. That's the one and only Sledgehammer watch along we did.
Yeah.
Because that's the movie that Chloe picked, my daughter. I was like, hey, she wanted to be on the channel. I said, baby, we'll do a watch along. You can watch a movie with us.
Sucker
yeah, and we'll watch a movie together. And she picked Trick or Treat. And I was like, that's fucking ironic.
Yeah.
The movie that I dislike is the movie she picked. And we had a fantastic time together, but it'll always be special to me. But I can't get into it. I want to, but I can't.
I don't know. It makes me like the good feeling of October and Halloween time. Like that's what I get from it.
And I want to.
Same
I get
here,
the good feeling of wanting the movie to end. The Scream. School's out. It's June. LOL. I tried. Oh yeah, Tipsy. Check that episode out if you guys haven't listened to it. I did watch Uncle Sam for the first time on the 4th of July this year.
Nice.
Yes. I love Full House. That reminds me of my kids.
I know, right?
Ken, you're gonna keep watching Trick or Treat till you like it. I'll try. That was a fun watch party. We gotta do another watch party
for sure.
All right, so we are up to number 5, and that will be Cody starting us off.
All right, my number 5 is going to be. I didn't want to pick the first one, so I'm picking my favorite from the franchise, and it's probably one of the most hated ones, but it's Jaws 3D. As a kid, I always loved Jaws 3D. I thought it was so cool that it was at like SeaWorld. I think, man, that's cool. The effects aren't good at all. Maybe it was better in theaters than 3D, but I've always had a thing for that movie, and I was still am a huge Leah Thompson fan. I had a huge crush on her when I was a kid.
Oh, dude, favorite movie of all time is Back to the Future. I get where you're coming from. You know? See, now, while I don't like that movie, I was honest to God going to put Jaws 2, The Revenge on my list because I also didn't want to choose the first one. I think that's one of the most underrated sequels of all time. I love Jaws 2, The Revenge.
Yeah, I think Jaws 2 was great.
But again, as a kid, loved the Jaws 3D. Loved it. But again, like you said, I didn't care about a shark growling or how stupid it looked when he was coming at the glass. I've been to a type of SeaWorld. I wanted to see that type of thing. So as kids, loved it. I watch it now and I just can't get past how bad it looks. Like I respect it, man. I totally respect it. So what about you, Matt? What's your number 5?
First, mad props to Cody. Jaws 3D, great pick. It's not on my list, but I absolutely love it. So good job.
Thanks.
I went with I Know What You Did Last Summer. I wanted to go with I Still Know What You Did Last Summer, but I kind of like that one more for some reason. I don't know why, but I went with the original. I mean, it's got the coastal town in Carolina. I love the setting in that movie. You got the fishermen. I mean, that's summer vibes right there, fishing along the coast. Yes, I know it's a Scream ripoff. I get it. I can see why people don't like it. It's not as good as Scream, not even close. But I do love Jennifer Love Hewitt, and I do like Freddie Prinze Jr. as well. And Sarah Michelle Gellar's good as well. So is Ryan Felipe. He's good too. I don't know. It's a good, fun summertime movie. They got the parade, 4th of July. It just works perfectly. I got to put it on.
Yeah, I agree.
Like I said, it's not a movie I hate. Everybody talks about it like it was just this like perfect movie. And I'm like, God, man, I don't see it.
It's not perfect,
I have fun.
but it is fun.
Yeah, I have a lot of fun with it. I put it on, and come on, what are you waiting for? Like, that's my favorite. Like, when
Ryan, he's like so aggressive.
Yeah.
like over the top aggressive.
Without the "what are you waiting for," we wouldn't have gotten my favorite moment from the OG Scary Movie.
Yeah.
Anna Faris is like, "What are you waiting for?" What am I waiting for?
What about
fuck you? That is so funny. Oh, it's so good. Well, my number 5 has already been talked about, and it is Tremors. Man, this movie's so good.
I forgot about Tremors. I don't know
So did
how. I completely just escaped me.
It's just one of those movies that, growing up, this was the only thing I knew Kevin Bacon from was Tremors. I'm not really an action, that was never my thing. I've always been more of a horror and comedy fan. So, like, I knew him, like, Footloose and stuff like that. But, like, this and Friday the 13th were the only Kevin Bacons that I really knew. And to see him in this movie, like, when the graboid hit the fuck you, like that shit, so good. And like Bert, I always wanted to throw one of those bombs, those pipe bombs. I thought those.
Oh my gosh!
In the world, dude. I, as a kid, loved the annoying kid. I can't think of his name.
Fuck.
Melvin. Loved Melvin as a kid, man. Like, because that was me.
You.
That was totally me. I was Melvin.
Because that's our freaking son.
Right. And one moment that always stood to me is when the girl is on the pogo stick, and Val saves her right at the last minute, but the pogo stick stays standing up. That scared me as a kid. Like that little moment, of the pogo stick standing straight up. And then that fucked me up as a kid. I hated that. Hated pogo sticks. Between that and the first Leprechaun, I was like, fuck pogo sticks. Those things are stupid. So number 5 for me, I gotta go with Tremors, man.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Tremors.
My number 5 is X. I mean, it's pretty much the middle of the summer. She's jumping in a lake with a crocodile. They're making porn in a cabin, like Scream summer, right?
Porn in a cabin. That screams.
Porn in a cabin. Scream summer. Yeah. I'm sure.
Our daughter is gone, and she just, you can't see, she just dyed her hair pink. She's on a summer vacation with her grandma. So she just dyed her hair pink, and it looks amazing.
Aw.
I'm very proud, Chloe. It looks really good. She did what I asked, man. My daughter, I told her, I said, I don't care what you do with your hair. She was like, I'm going to cut it. I'm going to shave it. I'm going to dye it pink. I was like, I don't care what you do. You're your own person. I'm not going to tell you what you can and can't do with your body. But as your father, I'm asking you, don't cut it above your shoulders. And it's nothing because of anything. I just love your hair. And I'm asking you not to. If you do, I can't say anything because it's your body and you can do whatever the fuck you want with it. I want you to be an individual. I want you to be your own person. But as your dad, I'm just asking you as a favor. And she did. She kept it at her shoulder. So I'm very proud of her. She dyed it hot pink, but it looks beautiful and amazing. And baby, I love it. So yeah, we will now get to the chat before we get to Matt's number 4. Midsommar, very good choice.
Mhm.
The director's cut specifically. Matt, 1 and 2 are fucking fantastic. 3 is fun. 4, I would even just skip that one.
I do like 4.
How unlucky does a town have to be? Like, that's...
Texas Chainsaw 74. Trick or Treat had its moments. Wow, we got some Addams Family Values love.
Yeah.
That was my
I love
honorable
it.
mention.
It's like when they go to the lake and Pugsley has his his swimsuit
Yeah.
on. I love that.
They know what's up, Dice. More of a Jaws 2 person myself if we're talking the sequels. Return of the Living Dead. That's a great choice.
Ooh.
Wrong Turn 03. Jaws the Revenge brings you the shark that can track flight tickets,
Oh yeah.
live comfortably in warm salt water, and sound like Herman Munster.
Yeah.
Sharknado. I don't care what season it is. I can always watch it. It has great puns. And the theme song is awesome. X, Friday the 13th. I Know You Did Last Summer is awesome, but it's like the Diet Coke of Scream. Can I Feel Terrible? I'm trying to find the Trick or Treat watch along. Give me a minute. I don't know if it's still on there or not. I don't know. Dude and Facci, badass tag team tonight. Totally agree, Ken. Totally agree. We're just Ken. Anywhere else, we'd be a 10. I actively avoid situations. I would be within 200 miles of a great white.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Can I change my number 1? I didn't even think about Cabin in the Woods.
Are you serious?
I did not even think about it. That's
Oh,
my
my.
Tremors. I didn't even think about it. And I fucking love that movie.
Well,
David, that's
I'll
a
talk
great
about
choice.
it for you here soon.
Yes, I love the fact that we have so much love from you guys to Ken. I love him. Love mid-level media. Oh man, damn it, I'm pissed.
Kenley.
Go Chloe, go Punk Rock Chloe. Yes. Chloe, you're beautiful. Love it, girl. I don't consider House of Summer a film. I just consider it a perfect film.
I mean, they were swimming in a pool, but it is in California too.
Right.
So
Yeah.
All right. So now we are up to number 4, and that will be Matt starting us off.
I'm gonna go with a summer camp slasher. I'm gonna go with The Burning. Absolutely love it. Cropsey, very underrated horror villain for sure. I think this movie should probably get a remake and see what they can do with it. I think it deserves that. I don't think you can make a sequel because he was kind of like super dead, but
very dead.
You never know. They can do whatever they want. So, but yeah, the kill special effects amazing. Obviously amazing. The raft scene so iconic. Can't believe it took me so long to see this. I think I only saw it maybe for the first time about 2 years ago. But such a good summer movie. Always, but just watched it a couple weeks ago. Actually, gotta pop it on. It just fits so perfectly. So
yeah,
it is. It is one of those movies that, and you hear the title because that's what kept me away from it for so long. You hear the title like The Burning, and then you actually watch it like, oh, damn it, why didn't I watch this before?
Yeah.
So I definitely get where you're coming from there. My number 4, I'm just gonna say the name and we'll move on. It's Jaws. Like I said, I was gonna do Jaws. I was gonna do Jaws 2 just to be a little different, but Jaws. It's Jaws. Yeah. We're gonna need a bigger boat.
Yeah.
What's your number 4, my love?
Evil Dead 2013. Again, they're going
Nice.
out a cabin. But this time they're not partying. You know, they're going to get their friend / little sister off dope. And I love this remake. It was, I think, my number 2 on when we did the remake list. It was my second favorite. So good. The beginning where you think that the girl's being hunted and she's not really being hunted. She's actually like I don't know. It's such a good movie.
Right.
Loved it.
So good.
Well, and a big part of that too is Jane Levy just announced she is coming back to horror.
I think she's incredible. Like just the way she acted, like you don't know, like they don't know that she's being possessed. They think she's just coming off a dope, and how big her eyes are freaked me the fuck out.
I hope that they continue
So
her
good.
Evil Dead story. Could you imagine if you merged Evil Dead Rise and the Evil Dead 2013? Because they left the high rise.
That would be
If
amazing.
they met up with Jane Levy on the way and became a Supergirl tag team.
Yeah, but
They-
she
they-
has to have like a chainsaw arm
Yeah.
or something. Like fuck yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that would be a missed opportunity if they didn't combine them.
Yeah,
Right.
for sure.
Yeah. Well, especially with the buzz that she just created by someone on X or Twitter or whatever you want to say, tweeted at her and was like, "Hey, you should come back to horror," and she said, "I am." Like so
Ooh.
cryptically.
Yeah.
I was just like, "Ah!"
No, I loved her in that. I thought she did amazing.
Yeah.
So I'll be excited to see what she does.
Yes, I definitely am excited for that as well. Cody, you want to give us your number 4?
Yeah, it's going to be Friday the 13th. Jason Lives. It's not my favorite in the franchise. My favorite is Jason Takes Manhattan, but I feel like that one is the less summer feel. That has it doesn't really feel like summer to me, but I feel like Jason Lives has a really good summer vibe to it. And I didn't want to pick the first one.
Right. Yeah. That is the thing. Like trying to avoid
Yeah.
OGs is hard, but all right. 4 Jaws. 4 I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. Sharknado 3. Oh hell no. Best summer film. Yeah, it is your 1 year. Thank you so
Thanks,
much
Tatum.
for being a member, Tatum.
Yeah.
It means the world to us. All your support, all the work you do as one of our mods. It's amazing. Thank you for everything you do for the channel, Tatum. We appreciate you so much. The Burning for me as well, so badass. Cape Fear. Yes.
I know when I saw
Robert
that,
De
I
Niro
was like,
is
dang.
badass in that movie, man.
It's a great movie.
Yeah, 1 year. That one was so scary. We covered it pretty recently. Yeah, the Evil Dead 2013.
I love that.
Nice.
Ooh, The Fog 1980. Very nice. From
Love
Dusk Till Dawn. The Lair of the White Worm. I've never seen that one.
No. Robin's always pulling out some
I love
pretty
it.
cool.
Congrats to all of you. Yes, congrats to everybody.
Yes.
Cabin Fever is a good one. That is
That
a
one,
very good one.
that creeped me out when like
The leg shaving?
The leg, yeah. It's, like sloughing off, yeah. And all like the blisters on their face and stuff.
I want to go home.
Yeah.
So yeah, we are going to go now to our number 3. We're our top 3. And I want to say before we start our top 3, for my top 3, this could have been, these can go in any order.
Yeah.
This is pretty much my 1A, 1B, and 1C because I love all 3 of these in the summer. We watch all these every summer. I tried to get a little unconventional with number 2 and number 1, but with number 3, I am going to Sleepaway Camp. I feel like this is the perfect. Wait, hold on a second. Tatum gifted. Oh, she gifted 5. Why doesn't it show that here? It does not show me that you gifted memberships.
Thank you, Tatum.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, if you guys got a membership, please let me know because it doesn't show me on here that Tatum even gifted anything. Tatum, that was very kind. Thank you. Anyway, sorry. Number 3, Sleepaway Camp. The thing for me is I think this is the perfect summer camp movie.
Mm-hmm.
The practical effects are great. I love watching the pervert get burned alive. Eat shit and die, Ricky. Eat shit and live, Bill.
That, yeah.
The amazing shorts when they're playing softball. That's just super hot.
Oh yeah.
Those shorts are coming back. Like
Right.
that's cool now.
If I had the figure, I'd wear them. If I wore them, I'd get charges pressed on me. Yeah, I love Sleepaway Camp. I think that there's so much about this movie that is fucking fantastic. There's so many good things I could say about the movie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in love with the movie. Not as excited about the ending now. The forcing someone to be someone they're not is not okay.
Right.
So I don't think that held up as well. But great twist at the time. So yeah, I love it. Love it so much. Sleepaway Camp number 3 for me. What about you, my love?
My number 3, I guess my top 3 I chose just because I think they're iconic and you have to have them on your list. And my number 3 is Jaws, the original, just because that is my favorite one. And I know that no one wanted to choose it because they thought that it was going to be on everybody's list because it is in the middle of the summer. You're in the ocean. You have, all these sharks. But this movie really did scare me from even like going like deep into the ocean. Like I'll go up to like my knees maybe, but I'm not about to go way out with the waves and have Jaws eat me alive.
Yeah.
Like that really put a fear in me. This movie did. So I feel like if you can do that, if you can put a fear into somebody like that, then they did their job.
Right.
Jaws made people afraid to go in like their pool.
Yeah.
Even even the bathtub, even though that's not going to be there.
Right.
But it's like nah.
The first time I saw Jaws, I was potty training, man.
Yeah.
I was like, dark in water and toilet, poop in pants. That's how we're doing this.
That's why you pooped in your pants till you were like 12.
13.
Yep.
Oh, 13.
Jaws.
Because of Jaws.
Yeah.
We'll blame it on that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Listen. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. So what about you, Cody? What's your number 3?
My number 3 is going to be
nice.
Let's go.
It's going to be Sleepaway Camp. I absolutely love it. It's just good fun time and nothing to be taken seriously. In the ending, I don't want to spoil anything, but I feel like the person is not killing because of a certain thing. They're killing because they were bullied. Yeah. And that is how I take it. And it's a fun time.
Mm-hmm.
They've lived a life that they were forced into living. And it caused a lot of confusion and the bullying didn't help.
Yeah.
Someone that had their whole life. The real villain is Aunt Martha, really. Oh dear.
Her acting is so over the top.
That just won't do.
That just won't do it all.
Will not do it all. So what about you, Matt? What's your number 3?
Plain and simple, Jaws. Classic summer movie. Like Ashley said, it's kind of like has to be on your list or you're just not doing it right. It's the 4th of July. It's the ocean. It's sharks. I mean, it's just perfect.
Yeah. Now let's talk about the real villain in Jaws. That's the mayor.
The mayor.
Yeah.
the mayor's the real villain.
Fired.
Yeah.
He shouldn't even been able to go in part 2. Like
Jaws is just living his life in his house, and everyone's just
eating
around.
people.
Yeah.
Right.
Leave him alone.
Yeah. He's just chilling. He's just doing what a shark do.
Yeah. It's it's like if I go to the rainforest and get eaten by a lion, that's not the lion's fault. I'm sorry.
Right. I went into his house.
Yeah. It's me running around with a steak in my pants,
So Tipsy, Justin, Russell, Charles, and Ashton got the memberships.
Oh, nice.
Welcome to the membership club, guys. We'll be posting a members only video this week. We hope you guys enjoy it.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Evil Dead 2013.
Heck yeah.
Friday 5. Very nice. Love it. Oh, thank you, Tatum. The channel. Oh, thank you. We appreciate that. Thank you so much. Jason Goes to Hell, part 4, part 6. Take your pick. All are fine.
None. Well, not Jason Goes to Hell. Anyways.
Bring back men's short shorts and crop tops. Yeah. Again, I don't want to go to.
Who wears short shorts?
Hey, we're going to be talking about that movie here pretty soon.
A couple weeks.
So stoked, Matt.
That's going to be good.
Yeah, 6, hands down. Smash that like button. Well, thank you so much, Russell. Thank you for stopping in. I do like Sleepaway Camp 1. I really like watching 2. I like singing the Happy Camper song. I have a Sleepaway Camp 2 shirt. Oh, that's dope.
Nice.
Yes. Me and Matt will be talking Jason Goes to Hell. We'll be doing a watch along on it. I cannot wait to have you guys join us. It's going to be so much fun.
A great time.
Ashley was invited.
It's going to rock.
She turned it down.
I was not.
She did. Not because.
I'm just kidding.
Not because she dislikes Matt. We love Matt to death, but she was like,
I really have to watch that.
Yeah, so I will be there and we are going to have a lot of fun. I love that film.
And then Facci and I will be watching
week
Jason
before
Takes Manhattan. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Week before. Nice. And I'll be there for that one as well.
Hell yeah.
Number 3, Summer of '84. God, such a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. I definitely know. Oh, what a good choice. The first Fright Night.
Fright Night banger.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I know what you did last summer. I enjoy the mystery of the story, nostalgic and fun for me.
Mm-hmm.
Mayor Vaughn is the true villain. There was a movie called Blood Beach. One of the taglines is "The water is the safest place."
Huh.
That's awesome.
It's a bad movie.
Ashley, how can you turn down Jason Goes to Hell?
I mean, very simple.
She did it.
Yes, Tatum gifted out 5 memberships. Tatum, thank you so much for doing that. That
Yes,
seriously
thank you.
is super awesome. And if I don't know why, but on our StreamYard, it does not show us that happened. That really bothers me because it makes us seem like we don't appreciate what you guys do. And we do.
Yes.
Very much.
Yes, we
So
do.
thank you, Tatum, for that. That was very kind of you. Thank you. So we are up to number 2. Here's where my list is going to get a little tricky, but let's start with you, my love.
Okay. My number 2, I think, has been mentioned pretty much. I think everyone's mentioned it so far. It's Sleepaway Camp. It's you guys have talked about it. They're camping in the middle of summer. I guess the ending, it just really threw me off. Like, I did not expect that at all the first time I seen it. So it's sad what like Ken said, somebody is being forced into something that they're not, and that is really sad. So yeah, Aunt Martha really is the villain in this movie.
Yeah.
But also there is a curling iron kill that like, oh my gosh. Like
around here we call
Okay.
that chop lips.
that is
Okay.
that is horrible. Like, I just couldn't imagine. So
Did you say chap lips?
Yeah. That is the chap lip.
for real.
Makes sense.
Yeah. There's
Yeah.
no amount of chapstick that's gonna fix that.
Yeah. Ain't no fixing those.
No.
chap
No.
lips.
Not at all.
Oh, fuck. Nasty.
Ugh.
So great number 2. What?
Thanks.
Never thought I'd say that to you. That was a great number 2, babe.
Yeah.
What about you, Cody? What's your number 2?
So my number 2, this is more of a thriller, but I put thriller in with horror, and this is a good summertime movie, and I'm bringing up Kevin Bacon again. It's not Trimmers. Trimmers would have been my number 1, but I wasn't thinking straight.
Mhm.
So it's going to be The River Wild with Meryl Streep.
Nice.
Heard of that?
It is such a good movie. If you guys like The Hand That Rocks the Cradle, it's the
Yeah.
same director, Curtis Hanson, and it is such a good movie. And John C. Reilly is in it as a bad guy.
Mhm.
It's such a good movie, and they just made a remake of it on Netflix right now. It's called River Wild. It just came out last Tuesday. I have not seen it yet, but this movie is great, and of course it has Meryl Streep, so you know that acting is going to be great. And
Oh,
Kevin
yeah.
Bacon's a great villain, so
Yeah.
check
For
it out.
sure.
And their son is the son of the kid from Jurassic Park.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Okay.
But yeah, The River Wild, I think 94.
It just made the list. So I got it written down so that way we can
Nice.
watch it together. I'm
Yeah.
very
They
excited.
don't know what that says.
Yeah, I know. My handwriting's dog shit.
Yeah.
They
That one's
put
called
that-
yeah,
he wrote his name down today.
At the doctor.
Because he had to get his blood drawn, and they were like, Kim, and I was like, Ken, like,
I was just like, that's me. Please put that needle in me now so I can get out of here with my embarrassment. Yeah, so I got that written down. I'd love to check that out. It sounds like an amazing cast, and we are huge fans of The Hand That Rocks the Cradle.
for sure.
Terrifying movie.
Mhm.
What about you, Matt? What's your number 2?
Okay, so I had the original Friday and honorable mention, so I had to put one on the list. This isn't my favorite in the franchise, but it is my top 2. I went with part 2. I think, they show the lake a lot in this one. There's swimming. Ginny's down there with the rest of the crew. Obviously the campfire story from Paul. Fantastic, great summer vibes. And this is a go-to. I mean, if I want to watch a Friday the 13th movie, I go for part 2 a lot of the times compared to any of the other ones, even though it's not my ultimate favorite. But I had to show some love. Ginny's one of the best final girls in the franchise. Sackhead Jason.
Oh,
creepy.
I agree
Yep.
with that.
So had to go with it.
Nice.
All right. So my number 2, a movie that I watched for the first time, and this is one of the only times in my life I've done this. I watched the movie. I sat there for a couple seconds, and I was like, wow. I'm going to watch that again right now. And I watched it back to back. And that is My Dudes, Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
Well, I think it's because you watched it without me, and then you were like, you have to watch
Yeah.
this.
I love Tucker and Dale versus Evil. This movie is the literal epitome of a series of unfortunate events.
Very funny.
It's hilarious. It's just like everything about this movie is so great. The acting is perfect. There's so many it's so meta and so funny and so scary. And it's just like, oh my God, it's such a great movie. Like it's so good. It's got a nice twist to it. You know, like the twist that we should do. Didn't see that coming on this movie.
We could. Yeah.
Because I would love to do that. We got House coming up. We got The Autopsy of Jane Doe. We got Frailty. Let's do this one. Let's do Tucker and Dale. Yeah, we're gonna do that. So yeah, love Tucker and Dale versus Evil. If you haven't seen this movie, guys, you gotta check it out. It's so funny, so original, and it's just a great time from front to back.
It is, yeah.
We'll catch up on the chat real quick before we get to our number ones. Hey, what's up, Joe? Nice to see you, brother.
Hey, Joe.
Friday the 13th, Jason Lives. Great choice. Best one in the franchise, in my opinion.
3D.
2, Sleepaway Camp. Club Dread. Oh, Tucker and Dale versus Evil. Yes. Such a fun movie. Would love to see it in the theater with a crowd. That would be so great. Everyone here to cancel Matt. Oh,
come on.
I think it's for Jason Goes to Hell. No lip balm in the world can help you there.
No.
Yes, I love the Tucker and Dale love here. I thought no one was going to talk about this movie. That makes me so happy. Return of the Living Dead. You Might Be the Killer. Right. That's a deep cut right there. Hey, what's up, Apocalypse? Wow. Hey. This is a good time to remind everybody. If you haven't, make sure you're subscribing to the Dude That Loves Movies, Cody, and Facci Cinema, Matt. The links are in the description, as well as our moderator, Tatum, has been putting them in the chat. So if you haven't, please make sure you subscribe to these amazing guys. If it's your first time here, please hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up button. It really helps the channel more than we can tell you. And there it is, right there, right on cue. There's Tatum putting the links in there, so make sure you guys check it out.
Thank you, Tatum.
I love the River Wild. We gotta check it out. Thank you,
thriller.
Tipsy. Yeah, I'm excited. We wrote it down. I definitely can't wait to check it out. You had me sold when you said They Hand the Rocks the Cradle. I was like, we're watching this. I love it because I agree with you. I think that's a total horror movie. Total horror flick.
For sure.
River Wild is definitely worth a watch. Good deep pick. Texas Chainsaw is so intense. Yeah, we enjoy the remake.
Good.
You're going to Camp Blood, ain't you? Tucker and Dale is phenomenal. Friday 2 has one of the best endings. Yes, it does. I've only seen Chippendale. He just chucked himself into the wood chipper, Dale. So funny.
Man, they've been trying to get a sequel off the ground ever since that one. I don't know what the holdup is, but hopefully they can do it. I
really wish they would, because that would be so fucking fantastic. I still know what Cody did last summer. What's up, Laren? Nice to see you. Tucker and Dale is great. Gosh, I'm so happy to see the love. I need to watch it again. We were frozen for a bit. I'm sorry. If that happens, let us know, because we're having electrical problems here. That's why we're doing it in a different location today, because shit in our town has just been crazy. All right, guys, we are up to our number one, and that is going to be Cody starting us off.
So my number one is going to be I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Nice.
Even though, like I said, I grew up loving I Still Know What I Did Last Summer. That was my favorite of the franchise growing up. But now that I'm older, I like the first one a lot better. But I still have a lot of love for the second one. And the second one made me hate Jack Black. Ever since then, I've not liked Jack Black.
No.
It was the first thing I saw him in, and then never really liked him since. But yeah, I love it, and great nostalgic attachments to it. Reminds you of summer. It's just a fun time, and it's my second favorite of that kind of genre of the post Scream. So
yeah,
I got a lot of love for it. And yes, it's not a perfect movie, not great acting, but it's the acting I enjoy, and it's the acting I used to absolutely love when I was a kid. So
right, and again, you can't really hate on it, because while it's not, I don't think it's the greatest movie in the world. Like I was saying earlier, there's never been a point where the movie's on and I'm like, oh, fuck this movie. I don't want to watch this shit. Yeah, that's
and
so dope.
I just feel like
Shoot.
it was something original. Like they, you know,
The Fisherman was definitely an original killer
yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
I think so.
Mhm.
And the story behind it, the twist behind it, it
Yeah.
was all really good. You know, it's better than Will Benson.
I always think about that. Benson, get it, Benson?
Benson.
Convenient.
Oh man, that's fucking great.
That is.
So how about you, Matt? What's your number one?
Okay, this movie was mentioned in the chat a long time ago towards the bottom of people's lists, and I don't care. I went with the Lost Boys. I can't get enough of the fucking Lost Boys.
Wow.
It's in California. They got the boardwalk. You got the ocean. You got the amusement park rides. I mean, it's just summer right there to me. It's hot again. I mean, it's one of my favorite movies of all time. It's getting closer to being right beside Halloween. I didn't think I'd ever say that, but that's how much I absolutely love the Lost Boys. So gotta go with it.
Great choice.
Nice.
All right. Do you want to give your number one, love, or do you want me to?
Go ahead.
All right. So I kind of am a cheater, pumpkin eater, because my number one is Creepshow 2, and it's on there because of the raft.
The raft, dude.
Nice.
I love Creepshow 2.
That oil slick.
Yeah, and this is the ultimate. Anytime we go to a lake, a pond, anything like that in the summer, the first thing that pops in my head is Creepshow 2.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the raft, you know, the blob, that stuff is the first thing that pops into my head. I'm not a water guy. I don't get in the water. But like when we go like Sunnyside Campground, how they got that raft out in the middle where the little pond area is. Every time I look at that, I'm like,
Nope.
No.
where's Poncho? Me and Poncho are gonna stay right up here on land, baby, because I ain't going out there. So like I said, I had to cheat a little bit. I had to find a way to get Creepshow on here. And how did I do that? By using Creepshow 2 the raft. That's just the epitome. And beyond that, Chief Woodenhead. That's total summer vibes. You're out in the desert.
I like that.
Yeah.
Hot,
I would
miserable.
say so. Yeah.
So yeah, I love Creepshow 2.
Hot and miserable.
There's no water. I mean, like even old Chief Woodenhead's all dusty and you know, it's just, he's not having a good time. He gets angry, starts scalping people. It was just, you know, not fun for him. So.
I like the hat. I don't think it's miserable.
No.
I like it when it's like 90 degrees.
Cool story, bro.
Yeah, isn't it though?
So yeah, I'm gonna go for me. My number one, Creepshow 2. What about you, my love?
My number one is Cabin in the Woods.
I'm so pissed about that. I am so pissed about that.
Again, they're going to the woods or in cabin. You know, I have a lot of movies that revolve around cabins, and I hate camping. I'm not like a camper, but
what are we doing this weekend?
we're going camping. But it's more like glamping, okay? Yeah. Like we have a bathroom, we have electricity, we have an air conditioning, so it's not really camping. It's glamping,
yeah,
for sure.
But we get to take our kids out,
yeah,
go to the camp.
There's a lot of fun stuff to do there. But anyways, this movie, it's so fun. It brings out every cabin in the wood cliche, but yet it feels original. Yeah. And there's so much good about it, like how the comedy, and then there really is good kills, and like some of the villains that are in it are scary looking. So I love the movie. It's a lot of fun. I'm
just genuinely pissed I forgot about this movie.
It's literally Cabin in the Woods.
I know, but like it's
and they're in the lake swimming.
This is easily in the last 25 years, this is probably top 5 favorite movies for me in the last 25 years. And I forgot to put it on the list.
Yeah.
That pisses me off because this movie's so good.
I forgot about Tremors, so.
Fair.
Yes.
All right, so we'll catch up on the chat real quick before we head out. Nathan went with The Burning. I figured, man. The Town That Dreaded Sundown. I Know What You Did. Jaws. Come on, dude. You don't like Titus, and I still. Oh, yeah. Jack Black Rules. I'm all about the D. Today's D. Number one, Jaws. I saw this movie way too young for the first time. It scared me tremendously, especially with the score. We talked about it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Halloween, Psycho, Jaws. If you've never seen those movies, you still know the score.
Yeah, like even as a kid, swimming in the pool, you're doing the Jaws score. Yeah. Like everyone knows that.
Da-da.
Yeah.
Yeah, always. William Friedkin's The Guardian. Much love, William Friedkin.
Mm-hmm.
Ben's son. Yes. Hell yeah, Facci. Now I knew right when you said the Lost Boys, I was like, "Where's Mel?" I know that he's got to be here somewhere. I still know what you did last summer. Biased because it came out during my birth year, but it's raunchy, campy, and slightly more original than the OG, in my opinion. Creepshow 2. The Ratchet is a good story. Oh yes, I love King's short story. It was in Graveyard Shift. It was either Graveyard? No, it's not Graveyard Shift that it's in. It's in the one that I just bought. But the Raft short story and the Raft and Creepshow 2 are very similar but very different, Laren. I would recommend checking it out. I love the short story. I thought it was very good, but I can strongly recommend you actually checking out Creepshow 2. It's a fantastic film. Hey, thank you for the donation, Troy.
Thanks, Troy.
Straw Dogs, fantastic film. Dustin Hoffman is so good in it. Anyone who hasn't seen it should do so. Way too overlooked. Since we got a donation, we were just talking about Creepshow 2. Let's show a little love for Creepshow 1.
I can hold my breath for a long time.
Could have went with that one.
I know. I was just thinking that one's so creepy, and it's like in the ocean, and like that one just freaks me out. Being buried and having the water just like come up. Oh, that's horrible. Yeah, that'd be a horrible way to die.
Oh God, so bad. Dad joke, please.
Oh man.
I heard YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook are all merging. They're going to call it U-Twit Face.
What?
Come on, that's funny.
Sure.
UX Face.
Yeah, UX Face.
That book's outdated.
Hold on. How do you find Will Smith in the snow? You look for Fresh Prince.
Oh Lord.
That's a good one.
Oh man, listen, Louis. We went to the theater and we saw Cabin in the Woods on accident. We went to see something else and it was full on. So we were like, let's just see this fucking dumb Cabin in the Woods movie. Like we're like, it's gonna be just the most cliche, stupid fucking horror movie because the trailer looked like a cliche cabin movie. It
did bring all the cliche
and you're like,
movies out, but it
like,
did it in such an original way.
We walked out of the theater like, wow, that was fucking incredible. Like, oh my God, yes, love Cabin in the Woods. Robin, again, can't recommend it enough. In the last 25 years, it's in my top 5. I like it that much. Long live the D. Love Tenacious D. I think it's the best thing Jack Black's ever done besides the OC. Do you remember the movie The OC?
Yeah, I actually like Orange County. Yeah,
Orange County. When he's like, we were in there, man, and it started on fire. He was like, I'm gonna burn this mother down, and I was like, you better not. You better not. Yeah. She's also an electrical fire, dude. The sockets were sparking. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen.
Why are your pants off?
Orange County is so good, man. Yes, please comment after the stream. It really does help the channel and YouTube's stingy ass algorithm. And please subscribe to the panel. Their links are here. They are so amazing.
Thank you so much.
Calvin, checked us so late, had a ton of yard work to do. Grim was with me. Hey,
nice.
Tell him I said what's up. We love you too, buddy. We'll see you Saturday night. Hey, we had fun too. Have a great night. Everybody have an amazing night. Skeleton Crew. That's what it is. Skeleton Crew. Thank you. Love it. And like I said, the Raft is one of the better ones. That also has the Mist, if I'm not mistaken. Skeleton Crew also has the Mist. So yes, it's a fantastic collection. Graveyard Shift will probably be my favorite one that he did. The short, not Graveyard Shift, but the one that had Sometimes They Come Back.
Yeah.
The Boogeyman. Maybe I think it's Graveyard Shift.
I think it is
that one.
Yeah.
Love that one. It's such a coincidence. Lost Boys is number 1 for Calvin too. It reminds me of the Duran Duran, Def Leppard, and Depeche Mode. The Corey Boys ruled.
Oh yeah, they did.
Dude, I fucking love Orange County. That movie's so funny. Like such an underrated comedy.
That's where he's trying to get into college.
Yes,
right?
Jack Black's the brother. It's Tom Hanks' son. Yeah,
Colin.
Love that movie, man. And like, it's funny. I went and saw that movie because it had punk rock soundtrack. Like the soundtrack is like a total punk rock soundtrack. And I was like, I gotta go check this movie out. And I watched it in the theater. Me and Josh Miller went and watched it together.
Nice.
Oh my God, what a fucking amazing movie. Night Shift. That's what it is. Thank you, Laren. Night Shift, not Graveyard Shift, Night Shift.
Yeah.
Yes, that was the first Stephen King anthology novel I ever bought, because sometimes they come back as my favorite Stephen King adaptation. Yes, you're right. That's a fantastic collection of short stories. So yes, super dope soundtrack. So we want to see it again, guys. One last time before we go. Tonight's live was dedicated to the memory of not only William Friedkin, who gave us The Exorcist and so much more, but also Jim Price. Again, I'm a huge baseball fan, and Jim Price meant a lot to me. I am going to play this one last time. I'm going to play this video tribute for him one more time for the people that missed it at the beginning. Just a little bit of a backstory. As a huge baseball fan, Jim Price was the radio announcer for the Detroit Tigers for the last 24 years. He wasn't there this year because of his illness. And I grew up listening to him on the radio, and he came up with these Jimisms where he would say certain things. He would racky-tack that ball. That's a nice area. The pitcher uses the same keyhole. He used all these different slangs, and the biggest one was the yellow hammer. When the pitcher threw a great curveball, he called it a yellow hammer because it was impossible to hit. So this is how Dan Dickerson honored the memory of Jim Price last night on the last radio broadcast.
Curveball. And right there, that curveball, that's a yellow hammer. That's in honor of my longtime partner, Jimmy Price. And that is the last time you will hear that on a broadcast, but in his honor, one last beautiful yellow hammer.
That one hit me hard, guys. I called her. I was very upset when I heard about the passing of Jim Price. He is one of the people that made baseball fun for me. His knowledge of the game. He was a catcher, started in Pittsburgh, actually. He was a Pirate when he got drafted, and he got traded to the Tigers. And in 1968, the year the Tigers won the World Series. So
just his excitement in his voice and everything. I'm not a baseball fan, but it's not boring listening to him.
When you were listening to Jimmy Price and Dan Dickerson.
It actually was fun.
They made the game, like I said, they are the reasons that I prefer to listen to baseball on the radio than watch it on TV. I love being at the games. I love watching it on TV, but there's something special about jumping on my lawnmower, putting the Tigers in my ears, and just listening to the Tigers game. Like, it's just something special to me. So we wanted to dedicate tonight. We got our Exorcist shirts on. We wanted to dedicate tonight to the honor and the memory of William Friedkin, Jimmy Price, two men that made an enormous impact on my life. I probably wouldn't be here if it wasn't for both those guys. I wouldn't be the guy I am today. So I want to say one last time, thank you to everybody that came out in the chat. Thank you to these two amazing dudes on the panel. Love you guys to death. And if you guys are here for the first time, please like and subscribe. If you're watching this on a replay and you haven't already, subscribe to Dude Who Loves Movies. Subscribe to Facci Cinema. We'll be working with them a lot more in the future. I'll be with Matt here in a couple weeks. We'll be doing our watch along of Jason Goes to Hell. And these two awesome, amazing guys, the week before that, we'll be doing Jason Takes Manhattan. I will be there with my eyes glued to the screen. Very excited watching these guys and watching the film. So, there it is. There it is. So,
nice.
Gentlemen, please don't go anywhere. We got a couple more questions for you. Everybody else, thank you again for stopping out. And until next time, keep talking horror.
Stay who you are.
And we'll see you guys soon.
Bye, guys.
Now we got